Oh, hello, and thank you for joining me. I'm Timbo Took, and this is A Joy of Painting Middle-earth, a time when we come together to paint the most fantastic landscapes Middle-earth has to offer, and maybe we paint a scary one a time or two. That can be quite fun, you know. Now, I may not be the best painter in the Shire, but I do love it so, and I'd love for you to paint right along with me. So if you're ready, grab your paints and your brushes, and let's go on an adventure. Alright, welcome. Let's get right to it today. As you can see, we've got our canvas on here, and this is our prepared canvas. How we've prepared that is we've put a liquid white, a magic white, a thin coat of very, very thin white paint on there. And why do we do that? Because the Blue Wizard taught us how to do it. That's right, Bob Ross the Blue. He showed us how to do this. And this is a wet-on-wet technique. So I've got that thin coat of white paint on there. And we're going to do a snowy mountain scene. Oh, some of my favorites. All right, and how do we do that? Well, let's get some of our titanium white. Oh, let's go through the colors. Titanium white, phthalo blue, alizarin crimson, burnt umber, and ivory black. Not many colors today, So we're just going to go into some of our titanium white, put that right here, and we want kind of a bluish gray sky. So let's just get a little bit of our ivory black. Oh, and we'll come to it in here, and we'll just turn this gray, and maybe a hint of blue in that sky. So, there we go. Just mix that together. There we go. We've got this gray sky, and we're just going to drop in some clouds and things. So just load that up on your brush. Make sure that blue is mixed in there, but if it peeks through, that's okay. Just load that up, come to your canvas. Now we're just going to make crisscross strokes here. Just in our sky. If you have to and your easel is shaking all over the place, put a big old hobbit foot on there. Just steady it out. There we go. Just bring this down. Not mixing it totally together, but as you can see, it's just an angry sky. There we go. Put that right in there. And just bring that down. Make sure you get all your sides. And as I said, we don't want it to mix completely together, and just come and just knock some of that color off the brush right down at the bottom. There we go. Oh, and what are we painting today? Well, the best place to find a snowy mountain is, of course, when our fellowship is crossing, or trying to cross, the Redhorn Pass. That's right. Oh, trying to get over the Misty Mountains, but the mountain fought him on it. That's right. Let's get a little bit darker. So we're going to go to a little more of our ivory black and just mix that in a little bit darker. There we go. Just mix that up and come up here and just mix some of that dark in. There we go. A little bit more, maybe up there. And some here. Just making it so you get a bit of dynamic variation in there. Oh, that's a fun word, dynamic variation. I didn't make it up, of course, but I don't know what it means. I just say things. That's right. Oh, here we go. There we go. We put some of that in there, and that gives us different colors. There we go. Knock some of that off the brush. All right, now let's go clean our brush and then we'll soften the sky up. So of course we're cleaning the brush in odorless paint thinner that I've got in my bucket here. There we go. You knock that off. And then, of course, if I'm painting outside, I beat the brush against the easel and I throw that paint thinner everywhere. But I can't do that when I'm in the hobbit hole. So to keep the walls clean and the floor clean, I just have a rubbish bin down here. And there we go. We beat the Sauron out of the brush. Right down in the rubbish bin. All right. Get that nice and clean. And once we have it clean, we just come in here. And now we're just going to soften this out. Just with light strokes. Oh, we got a bit of a hair there. Just knock that off. There we go. And we just soften this, you see. Just light as a feather, light as a feather. There we are. There we are. And just take some. And then we can maybe even put a little bit of white in there. Just come to some of our titanium white. Just going to grab a fan brush here. Clean fan brush, although it doesn't look too clean. I've got some colors in there, but that's because it's an old fan brush. So just load up some titanium white, and we'll come up here and you see the lighter spots. So we'll just circle in some white. That'll be some light peeking through. There we go. Just bring that in. And knock some of that color you're picking up, you just knock that off. Come back and get some more of that titanium white. There we go. Just load that on the brush. And you see there's spots up here. You just circle that white in. There we go. And maybe get a bit more. All right here. There we go. There we go. Now that we have that, just clean off that brush. There we are. And maybe come to our 1-inch brush, a clean, dry 1-inch brush. And just, you're going to leave the top edge together, right? You just want to come and just go into the bottom of that cloud, soften that out with some circles, maybe move it around. There we go. This is just giving us layers and depth to those clouds. There we are. Don't mush them all together. You want some of that separation there. You want some of that color to stay. But you do want to bring that out. Circle it around. There we go. There we go. Now you see we've got some clouds forming there. Just beat the Sauron out of it. There we go. Now let's come back to that 2-inch brush. And we're just going to lift the clouds. Just lift those up like you're the wind. There you go. And you get these stringy things. That's okay. That's okay. We're going to come back and we'll blow on those. Well, we're not going to blow on them. We're just going to use the brush like it's the wind. There we go. There we go. Knock some of that color off you picked up, and then just come back and smooth that out. Just very light, very light. Just smooth it out. And you see we have a sky. It gives us all kinds of things going on. All kinds of things going on there. There we go. And just that quick, we have a sky. If you're trying to cross a mountain and you see that sky forming, you're going to think twice. Maybe turn around. Oh, who knows? You might vote on it. All right. All right. We've got that. We've got that. So that just gives us a good background. A good cloudy background. Now we need to put in some mountains. So you want to think about it. Which mountains are you seeing? Which ones are closer? Which ones are further? So the ones that are furthest away, you're going to do you're going to put those in first. So maybe we want one right here in the middle that's the furthest back that we can see. So I'm going to come to my ivory black, just pull that out. Oh, and we're going to make a nice rock color. We're just going to grab some phthalo blue, some alizarin crimson, just to give it some tones. It's not going to be, they're not going to stick out, but you'll be able to see them there. So just pull that out flat. Oh, and clean off your knife. There you go. Once you've cleaned off your knife, just cut right across there. Just get that bead of paint right on the end. Right on the end, and then we'll come, and there will be, oh, this guy right here. Just bring that in. There we go. So we've got that guy. Let's take that now and just pull that paint down, leaving your edge there. Leaving your edge. Just pull that right down into your painting. There we go. Now, take a 2-inch brush, make sure that's clean, and what we're going to do is we're just going to pull this down now. Oh, that might have been a little too clean. It's pulling the paint right off. That's okay, that's okay. Just knock that off and pull this way. There we go. Just moving that mountain, moving that mountain. So we've got him there. Now we need to decide which way is our light coming. Oh, we can have it come from this way. If you're right-handed, sometimes it's a little easier to draw that down. Your titanium white. Oh, clean off this knife. There we go. Take our titanium white, and we're just going to pull it out thin. Get that bead of paint there. And then what we do is we just let it come down and let the paint just fall right off. Let the canvas grab what it's going to grab. There you go. And you see it does all those, gives all those bites in there. It takes some and gives some and leaves some. And you can shape your mountain if you want another little crevice right there. You just bring it in. There we go. There we are. Just bring that down. And you see you're letting it break. You're letting that paint break right off your knife. And you give this mountain some shape. Bring this down, maybe up. Down like that. There we go. Just let those little things happen there. There we go. And we'll just bring him right here. There we are. Now we want a bit of a shadow color. And it's not too bright out. We're just going to take some blue, put it into this gray we have going on. Mix that up. This will be the shadow side. So we get that kind of a steel blue color. Pull that out. Get it on the edge of the knife. And then this is going to come in right in the shadow spots. There we go. There we are. Pull some more of that off. Come up, and this gives you the sides that are being hit by light and the sides that aren't. And we'll put it right over here. There we are. Now you can even come back, grab some of your titanium white, and you can come right over here. Change the shape of that. There we go. And there you have it. You have our mountain that's way off in the background. Now what we're going to do is we're going to tap this out. Right at the bottom, that's going to be a misty area. And we're picking up a little bit of that gray. So maybe come put a little bit of white on the brush. Start down here and bring that up. There we go. There we are. So that gets lost. In fact, I've got a new brush here. I've got a new brush. This is a blender brush. And I've not used this too much. I'm just going to put a little bit of white on there. And we're going to just soft. It's a very soft brush. So this will help put some of those clouds right in there. Oh, I'm losing some hairs on there. That brings that mist right down. You can see it just gets lost. Just lost in there. Oh, that's a nice effect. There we go. That's called a blender brush. That's what we've got there. Oh, and clean that off. We'll use it again once we put some other mountains in. And maybe even take a towel made out of paper and just dry that a bit so it's fresh and ready to go next time we want to use it. All right. Let's go back to our mountain color here. Get that on there. And then let's put an even bigger mountain right here. Right here, it'll come up, come down, over, that's right. This is going to come down, and you see we come right over the top of that mountain. Bring it right down that way. There we go. So that way that pushes that mountain right in the back. Now take that, just pull that excess paint right into the canvas. There we go. And you see, you leave that edge. You leave that edge sharp and crisp. And then against the background, it stands out. Maybe we'll put a mountain back here. Maybe one. These are the Misty Mountains. They go on and on. Bring that down. And then, of course, this will go right in front of it still. There we are. Come back to our 2-inch brush. With that dry 2-inch brush, just pull that mountain down. Giving some shape to your mountain as you do this. Think about which way that's going to run. And you got that guy back there, just running right off the board. There we are. Come back to your palette knife, and oh, we don't need that. Let's go back to our white here. Our titanium white. Just get that bead on there. We'll do this guy first. So he's back there catching some rays. There we go. There we go. And if you pick up some of that color, just come back, get some more white. And come back to the mountain in front there. Grab some more. There we are. And you're just letting the mountain decide what these cliffs are going to do, where they're going to run. What is there? There we go. Maybe we get a ridge right here. Runs right down there. There we go. Now let's come back to that our shadow color for the mountain. Mix a little more blue in there. Might have been a little too much blue. Just grab some of our black. Just gray that down a bit. There we go. Make it a nice cool color. That blue just cools it off. Let you know that's a cold place to set up camp. Don't do that. No, no, don't do that. That, and then we can put a little ridge line right there. There we go. Grab some more. And just put that in right where that shadow would be. And bring this right down. Let that paint break off. Put that in. There we go. Now, what we want to do is we want to come back with our white. And we'll just come right over this. There we go. So you can see there's some spots. Maybe, oops. Right here, there's a ridge that sticks up and gets caught by the sun. There we are. There we go. Now, wipe off that knife. Maybe take the short end of the knife, get a little on there, and find your spots right on this peak that are poking out, getting some sun, catching some rays, as the little hobbits call it. Yes, there we go. And just take that back. There we are. Take our 2-inch brush. Make sure that's clean. And just tap now. Just tap that out. Clean that off some as you pick up some of that color and just follow your mountain up. There we are. Now let's take that blender brush. Let's take that again and let's come in here with some more. That mist is coming down. There we are. Oh, pick up. Pull that off. Oh, yes. Knock some of that color off, and then come back and we'll blend it in again. There we go, making that mist just right in front of the mountain there. There we go. Oh, grab some of that white there. And let's just put that in. Just put that in and then mix it around. There we go. Giving that nice fog right in front of your mountain there. Oh, this is what could get you lost when you're out adventuring. Oh, yes. All right. Clean that off. All right. Now we're getting some mountains. And it looks like we have one that's going to come right here. So let's put that mountain in. There we go. Just get that mountain color. And this will be a jagged. Come right down there. There we go. He just marches right away. And we'll scrape some of that excess paint off. We got quite a bit of paint on there. So you just come in and really scrape that out. Now let's come back. Clean off that 2-inch brush, and we just come in and let's pull this mountain right down into the painting. There we go. There we are. There we go. Now we're going to need some more titanium white, I think. So let's just add some more onto our palette. There we go. And we're going to make that shadow color again. Just use some of our ivory black. Some of our white, just pull it right up. And get a little bit of blue in there. Oh, might have been too much blue. I tend to do that. Oh, I think, oh, that's not a lot of blue. Oh, it's a whole lot of blue. That's right. Oh, but that's okay. That's okay. All right, now that you have that mixed up, wipe off your palette knife. Start with it semi-fresh, I guess. And just pick some of that up. Now we're going to put some ridges in here. These will come down. There we go. Just these shadow spots. There we are. Now, let's give ourselves some snow. Pull that down, just get that bead, and now we'll come right in front. Just pulling that down. Very light touch here. There we go. And we just make these cliffs here. Bring it up right in front. And this would be a very tough one to climb, that's for sure. That's for sure. Bring that down. And you see these make some nice mountains for you. Now we've got that. Let's just clean off that 2-inch brush again. Maybe we'll go to a fresh one. It's not so saturated. And let's pull that, make that mist again right at the base. There we go. Just pull that up. Follow those angles. All right. And again, go to our blender brush. And this mist comes right down the mountain here. Oh, look at that. Oh, picked up a hair there. Just pull that off. This is a new brush and it seems to be shedding a bit. There we go. All right. Put in some more white, just blotch that in to make our mist, to mix into our mist. There we go. These, of course, are the Misty Mountains, so it makes sense that we have all this mist going on. There we are. Dab in a bit more of that white just to give it some color in there. And you know, if you wanted even, since we have quite a bit of paint on there, what you could do is just take a paper towel, come in here, and pull some of that paint up. There you go. Because our mist, you can always do that. You can pull paint right off if you got too much paint on there. Just grab a paper towel and pull it right off. There we go. Once you do that, let's come back to some of that white again and just put that in there. There we go. Now blend that around and that'll give us a little bit lighter mist. There we go. There we are. And as I said, I'm just trying this blender brush out. This is the first time I've used one of these. And it does make some nice mist, some nice clouds on there. There we go. There we are. Just bring some of that up. There. All right, now we need, let's find our fan brush here. Now we need a path, a bit of a glacier that our fellowship is walking on. So let's just get some titanium white, and we have this snow here. Oh, we got a bunch of hairs there. Let's pull that off. Pull that off. There we go. Clean up this canvas a bit. There we are. Oh, these snowy paintings, they use up quite a bit of titanium white. So we just go load some more on there. And then let's put our glacier here. There we go. Just have this path running down here. This snowy path. Oh, if we could get that white to come off our brush. There we go. And we might have to thin some of that out, because we know a thin paint will stick to a thick paint. There we go. Maybe. Sometimes you think, oh, Bob Ross, he was such a wizard. Everything his brush touched turned to magic. But you just keep going, you keep trying. You get better and better. There we go. This'll be a hill that our fellowship is marching up. There we go. And you don't want it to get too thin. Run right off your painting there. There we go. So we've got the hill there. Now what we can do is we know Oh, as you know, our fellowship, our 9. Oh, my Grandpappy Took and my Grandgaffer Gamgee were in there. Oh, it was such a tough going up that hill. So we can put them right in here. Let's see. They're trudging through that snow. And it was pounding them. There we go. And they even had Bill the pony, who was up there with them. That's right. And of course we had our 4 hobbits. Almost buried in the snow themselves. And remember, you can always come back. When it gets a little more dry, you can come back and you can put more details in if you want. Sometimes these details are hard to do when the paint is in this wet on wet technique. That's right. And maybe our wizard is leading the way. We want to make sure his hat is in there. And his staff. And of course, we know there was 9. And old Gimli, we'll have him bringing up the rear. Oh, but we almost forgot. Oh, Bill the pony was here. We'll make him right in between. Oh, my Grandgaffer Gamgee. There we go. So it's hard to see, of course, because they're trudging through that snow. But we've got old Gandalf and Aragorn, and then of course Mr. Frodo and my Grandpappy Took, my Grunkle Mary, my Grandgaffer Gamgee, of course, with Bill the pony, and you've got Mr. Boromir there, and Legolas and Gimli, our 9 as they trudge up this mountain, and we'll put their path as it comes down. There we go. That path they're making through the snow. Oh, and we know what happens when they get way up there. When they get way up there, we know what happens to them. Oh, there's our fellowship as they head out. All right, and we're going to leave it at that. As I said, once it dries, you can maybe put some more white over that. You get too much paint on the canvas and nothing seems to stick. There we go. Just pull some of those hairs off of there. All right. Just a fun little snowy mountain painting this morning. Oh, or this afternoon, whenever you might be watching this. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you have a good time. And happy painting to you. Goodbye, and God bless.